Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Portal Stories Mal. Let's continue. So we're kind of getting forced through puzzles, but it's slightly different than Portal 1 and Portal 2 in the fact that we just did a puzzle where we kind of broke the puzzle more than actually solving it in any way that felt like there was a GLaDOS AI or any actual intelligence behind it. And while we did have a little bit of that in Portal 1 and Portal 2 during the escape sections, I'd say a lot of the escape sections, even in Portal 2 at the end, were still very much puzzles that felt like things that had been designed specifically to be solved and to be fairly obvious about how they were going to be solved. Alright, so standing on this, well, you can shoot a portal through these grates. I don't think you could have done that before. Interesting. And standing on this activates what? It's not deactivating this wall. Okay. So we've got kind of like a crisscross. But it's not changing the polarity on this either. So right now the portals are sucking in. Oh, it disables that. Okay. So where's our cube drop? Here? Okay. So we've got in this a portal. It goes up here but then gets kind of in the way of that, but I guess that doesn't really matter, so we'll let that go. As long as it's through that part, we're fine to walk through here. So that is now just stuck against that side. Alright. And so then this part, and then this part. Make sure we're standing on this part so it can get all the way over there. I can just kind of back out and then that will open up that. Although I'm not sure what the point of any of that was. Because like all that really did is potentially make a case for how I could now get up there, and maybe that is the trick here, is that we're gonna go through here ourselves now, and then we're going to shoot ourselves this way to get up to this part, which is great. We even see blood, or rust. That's definitely not something we've seen before in the Portal games. Okay. So next part of this question becomes, they've made a platform here so you land. How do we get a cube up here? There's no portal, no little corner. There probably should be a puzzle that is solved just that easily, that there's a secret corner, but I imagine that would be fairly redundant. How can we get the cube to where we want it? I mean, that'll just take me back in circles. Which is fine. Well, I don't know here. Like, is there actually a solution that we have to go in over here and do a lot more? I guess there is. And I keep having to remind myself that these red portals just kill you instantly. It's not a very creative addition to Portal. I'm not gonna complain because it's a community mod, but I would have liked to see something smarter and better thought out than, hey, let's just introduce some lasers that will kill you. Some laser walls that look far too much like the regular walls. Nope, that's not what we're doing. We are directing this direction. Interesting that this line does not line up because I was looking, like, clearly that should have gone right in the middle there. Okay. Those look like white walls. Those definitely look like I should be able to put a portal there. Alright, so you run through here, and all this did was toggle one versus the other, which... Is there some trick to this? I think there is. We're gonna have that fire. Well, see, the problem with that idea, though, is that... Guess what we would have to do is... Let's see. Set this up. So this is right here. Put that there. Okay. And then we can put the blue orb there. And do that. And toggle. But what in the world does that really accomplish at that point? Because now I need the... I still need the reflector that's happening there to put over here to turn off this. I could put like the laser certainly there. That's fine. And you're never gonna get two. That's been a very consistent issue. Let's see. Is there any way I can get this reflector to the other side? Because if I put a portal here, and I put a portal there, it's just too far away. If I try to put a beam in this general direction, that doesn't work. Like weird angles in multiple locations might work, but I have to fairly question that. Let's see. Like best, they probably put this here intentionally so that you couldn't do what I'm trying to do. which would be to try and get as much of an angle as possible there. Right. So I managed to accomplish that, and that probably shouldn't have worked. And then that does basically nothing for you. This whole area just feels like it's a goof. Feels like it's nothing. But what we did need was a cube. So maybe it has... Well, getting the cube would require turning off this part. And to turn off this part requires hitting that switch. And hit that switch requires that. So that does bring us back down to that idea. Does that really change anything to put the portal on that side? I don't think it really does. Is there any other way to toggle anything? If I could bend an angle that way, it won't accomplish anything. What I need to be able to do is to be able to put the beam coming out that direction. Well, we can double check here and just make sure that these beams would also go through the yellow part. Okay. Is there possible that if I put a portal somewhere, I could put it somewhere that was close enough to grab it from the other side? I think that might be the solution. So, like, that feels like that is the closest one could get. We'll stand here. We'll put that there. Okay. Orange grabs this, brings it to the other side. Great. We'll go ahead and pretend like this isn't going to be in the right place and hope that it just kind of is. See, I can go back here and I can put a blue there, but it's going to be a bit of a challenge to make sure you jump over the laser. That definitely feels like something that they wouldn't have ever really expected you to do in Portal 2. I'm just trying very hard here to, one, not hit the wall and destroy the portals. And to put this in the right position. There we go. Hope to not bump anything. Okay. And here we go. I think the easiest trick now would be to see. Go ahead and put that there. And that's there. Where's this cube? I'm gonna grab it and take it.
It seems that thing is using some biological tracking to find out where you are. Get into the elevator to the next test. I'll need a little bit more time to get us removed from the system.
Yeah, Virgil is trying to use his Wi-Fi in a hack. I don't know if I really trust Virgil or his hacking ability. There's definitely a danger here as the puzzles potentially take more time, or they just get further and further away from the stringent structure that Portal 1 and Portal 2 had, that we may get very frustrated. Although it may very well be that we are going through just enough testing chambers here to interact with every object once in the game, and then there might be some kind of boss fight or something at the end where we have to interact with every item a second time.
I think we'll be in the clear for a little bit, but somehow I can't get access to the final target, or even learn what it is. Whatever it is, it's enough to cause this thing to blow up the toxic goo pump control down in the salt mines.
Activating Aegis firewall.
I just tripped an alarm in that thing's mainframe. It completely locked me out. Firewall, huh? Firewall. That just gave me an idea. I'm going to reroute some of the water to the Aegis servers. That should shut the firewall down.
Target 1 organic, 1 mechanical, reacquired for termination. Security measures at 75%. Alert status red. Toxins from testing track Lima Whiskey. Contact with Richmond Center, sub-basement, level 10. Flooding procedures commencing.
It very well could be the case that Aegis is some kind of AI that has been put inside this facility to either stop GLaDOS or some other danger. Alright, so that is literally just going to constantly drop a cube. Well, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing, so let's just fling ourselves this way and find out what the plan is. Let's see what this button does. Yeah, this is a whole section. This is recognizable, actually. We've done this puzzle before. Which I wouldn't be surprised if community mods did take that general idea and play with it and say, hey, we had a different way in which this puzzle could be solved. We thought this would have been a cooler way to do it. Okay, so does that destroy the portal when it moves? Yes, it does. Like, there's previously I think this was over the column and you were to crash into it. Like, seriously, I just want to jump down here and see if that automatically kills you.
Get access to the final target, or even learn what it is. Whatever it is, it's enough to cause this thing to blow up the toxic goo pump control down in the salt mines.
You only get one fling.
Aegis firewall.
I just tripped an alarm in that thing's mainframe. It completely locked me out. Firewall, huh? Firewall.
Actually, I'm starting to really like Virgil.
Some of the water to the Aegis servers. That should shut the firewall down.
Target 1 organic, 1 mechanical, reacquired for termination. Security measures at 75%. Alert status red.
I feel like in Portal 2, the AI character who was supposed to be your friendly helper, turning out to not really be your friendly helper, seemed kind of on the nose. I definitely could. I'm kind of in the position now where I'd prefer to see him just succeed, Virgil just be a nice guy, and there not be any other issues. I don't even know if we need to do that, but whatever. Okay. So now I'm gonna walk back to this. And then I'm going to shoot that. See if maybe we can get a different angle there. Nope. So I can hit a wall. Sure. Wall. But then I need to be able to loop at that point. And I don't know how I loop. Because I'm thinking I bounce myself up this way. I hit that wall, I fall down, but in the process of bouncing up, I need to be able to shoot that portal. That seems like that's like a time slowing mechanism. Alright, I got it. And now we're kind of doomed. I mean, I can put a portal here. I can't put a portal out here. I can't do that. The door doesn't partially open. So what was the part that I didn't figure out? Well, I guess it's repetition is the part that I didn't figure out. Okay. So, blue here. Pick up this cube. Stand here. Do I need two things, or will the door just automatically open? I need two things. Is there any portal wall? I don't think there is. Okay. So we need that cube now. And I guess if we've got it, we may be fine. That is, unless this switch decides to turn off the wall. And it does. Does that matter? Probably not. We can just fling ourselves over here. Just make sure that's an orange portal. Change the orange portal over to this. Yep, this is definitely different. A different way for doing that puzzle. A lot of it was the same, but there was never a point where you needed 2 cubes. I don't even think you needed 1 cube.
Trap panel opening.
Well, are you alright?
Okay.
Alert. Water detected at server level. Server damage detected. Reduced processing power available.
So we're out of the puzzle section for a while.
Into the testing track. Let me open these for you. Well, with those servers gone, I think he'll have a much harder time tracking our movements. I'm working on getting control of the elevators, so just hold on, get through this test, and I'll get you out of here.
A lot of this feels very, very similar to Portal 2. Just getting you back on the Portal testing tracks. It's a lot of little sound effects. Also. Well, seemingly, the only options here are to put one down this way. Okay, now what? I shoot this with a blue, I die. I shoot this with an orange, I die. Either way, you drown in the foot of goo. Then there is probably a decent argument to make about an official Portal 3 being able to support moving through water. Let's see what that does. That turns off the portal. Which, if we want the portal turned off, which I think we do, we're going to have to figure out a way to accomplish that. Unless there are just some secret panels somewhere. Yeah, it would be fine if there was just a box that was kind of going in a loop. But it's not a full loop, so wouldn't get any movement there. I heard some sound effect. I don't know what that was. Like, our goal, ideally, is to turn this off, shoot ourselves to the other area. How can we accomplish that? Oh, well. I guess you accomplish this fairly easily. You just get the ledge and be a little bit more patient. And that's how you accomplish that. Just wait till this is clear. No, not quite enough of a ledge. If that is the way you're supposed to do it. Let's see. Like, because it centers you here. Yeah, I guess that is the way you're supposed to do it. Didn't help me as much as I think it should have. Give me a cube. Put the cube here. That turns that off. And then at this point we get flung over to this point, which we'll probably need to get back and deal with more of that. Once again, feels like there should just be things going on in the background, things of importance to look at. Alright. Okay. So if I put that there and that there, we're fine. We'll just take the cube with us. At that level, a cube is not going to be enough of a step. So I think I have to put it there. And then my guess is we need to see. Well, see, that's going to pull you. It was pushing you before and something toggled. Like this toggled it and made it a pull. Well, is there some kind of crazy loop that we can create through this? I see a button up here that feels like that's the door, so we need to push all the way up that way. Alright, well, I think I understand what I need to do. I just need to take this off, don't I? So we'll just put that down. Music is looping too much now. This is pushing, right? So yeah, it feels like they've kind of run out of music. Alright, well, next part. And that. And that still needs to be there. Now. I think we're cool. Okay. That. And that. Okay. So we've now created a loop. And then the loop needs to swap. But if I swap it, don't I then turn on the shield that destroys this? I don't think I do. I think you just can't place portals. So I'm gonna wait till this is pretty much exactly where it is, because if I don't, it will not work. It has to be like right when it lines up. That doesn't work. You know what the worst case scenario about this is almost certainly that's not that cube, it's that cube. And they've done you the favor of telling you that so that you don't make a mistake. Okay. This is the sucking motion. So if I was to put the blue here with the sucking motion, I would just buy you some more time. Wouldn't really change anything. I mean, I can pretty much suck the... I could put this in the stream. Not move. And then have it all there. Okay. Now when I step off of this, will this point that in a different direction? Great. Now, unfortunately, how do I get up there? That's the next question. Because I go through here. Like, there's really no getting back to that direction anyways. So either that deactivates the door and the door locks on you again, which is what I thought was probably going to happen. I think it's probably easiest just to fall and die and reset and just start all over again. Let's see. Oh, nice safe spot. So we've got each cube. Okay. So I think I understand what I need to do and where I messed up before. Right. Okay. So once this is looped through, I need to shoot a blue so that it doesn't cross the stream. So just do that. Okay. That puts us where we need to be. And then that lets me actually just move the blue back that direction. Okay. So then... I guess the only question to ask here is, can I possibly shoot a blue here so it hits that, and then shoot a blue here so it hits that fast enough? Yeah, I don't even know where the other one went. It's over here. Let's just die and hope that... You know, I probably could just load the autosave instead of dying like a normal person. Right. This... Oops. It's not where I want to be. Okay. Can I get on this wall? Or on that wall? Got a lot of cubes in the way. Okay. Okay. Is there any way that helps? Like, it kind of feels like I need to be standing here, and then somehow I need to be able to use portals to get up there. Or I need to figure out a way to get up there using only one cube, which just seems like really ridiculous. If the blue thing was up there, like that, I suppose there is some ideas that could go around that, which I might be able to get to the orange one and then walk out of that part. But I don't think so. Let's see. See where this autosave loads us. Hopefully in the same place. Yeah, if I start becoming very heavily reliant on this autosave feature though, that's gonna be a bummer. Okay, well. I guess that does loop me back to where I need to be. So maybe I just did need to go on a little bit of a journey. And then blue to get that all out of place. And then this is where I think we probably need to make a save. Then here. So you just had to, I think, just move really fast.
I got some control again. There's another lift transfer down below. Hold on. Activating the elevator. Now.
Elevator car 77. Testing track direction compromised. Alert status 100%. Rerouting remaining servers to biological tracking. Target lost.
Rerouting
See,
the elevator works.
I don't know why
Attention.
target is
Don't
getting
expect
lost.
this to get any easier now. Keep going. There's an easy test track up ahead. Maybe you can gain some ground on it.
Yeah, I think the accent that Virgil has really plays well to make Virgil feel like somebody you want to root for and one you want to partner with. But this being a Portal game, I wouldn't be surprised if this is just a experiment in cooperation, human AI cooperation. And that this is all just a test and Aegis is just made up. Or I wouldn't be surprised, since this is a community mod, if Aegis is some Black Mesa AI put in charge to ensure that Aperture Science does no more insane experiments and causes no more trouble. Or it might have something to do with the Animal King takeover, which apparently was a real thing, or at least it jokingly is said to be a real thing. We have some very nice white walls.
You can handle a lot of harder tests. This is a brand new introduction track designed for new test subjects. You should do this really quickly. I've got a plan.
This is like the very first test in Portal 1, and you play a modified version of it in Portal 2, so I feel like you hit this and it's just gonna explode. Hi. Okay. That was easy.
Over here.
Where?
Change of plans. I found a panel that I can move out of the way. Portal down to that catwalk in the distance. I'll tell you more there.
So, once again, we're breaking from the norm. Is that where I'm supposed to go? I don't know. We'll look through the portal and see if that's the right direction. Yeah.
So, I was thinking, if this computer has scanners searching for biological substances, maybe there can be some interference? You know, with things like plants. There's an overgrown testing track across the facility that hasn't been converted yet. If we can get there, I think we can confuse it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be particularly upset with the idea that we ended up finding a giant potato, like plant type monster. Community mods would be the place to take some of the sillier, offhanded jokes of Portal and say, oh yeah, that really happened, but no, we're not going to put that in the main story. We're going to make the main story more serious.
This again. You can't even open a door. Unbelievable. I gotta do everything around here. Perfect. Just perfect. The button's blown a fuse. Maybe if you get up to an upper level, you can get the elevator.
Upper level. Do we see a portal place? Well, I guess the better question to ask is there a place to place a portal anywhere? And looks like that's a place where you could put a portal, and yet it isn't. Upper level? Sure you don't mean lower level? Can we jump off of any of these sections? Sure we don't mean to go back this direction? Oh, here we go. X1. I don't know what any of that symbols mean, but clearly somebody put this here. Bot duct 78-inch DUI bot. So it seems to me what they're doing there is telling you how big the bot ducts are for some reason.
Diagnostic before I got booted. The computer is known as the Aperture Employee Guardian and Intrusion System, or AGIS for short. It looks to be a security mainframe trying to protect the scientists logged into its system. It hasn't been turned on in decades. Maybe that's why it's after us, and whatever that last threat is. Maybe it thinks we killed the scientists.
I would pronounce that Aegis, but yeah, I've never heard anybody pronounce it Aegis. But whatever. Maybe that's Virgil being funny, or maybe that's just me not hearing that many people pronounce that word. So, are we going to end up doing more puzzles? Here we have a security turret actually in a box, which, you know, with some of those Siri devices these days, we're not too far away from the idea of Aperture Science selling bullet shooting AI bots to protect babies and as security / sentry Yeah, sentry turrets, what they're labeled as. Alright, well, we'll have to portal our way through this. Where can we place a portal? Can't pick up the box. You can do this. Then we get a weird blue line, which honestly I don't think the blue lines are actually turrets targeting you, because there's just not enough turrets in the game to explain that. It has to just be a visual glitch of some sort. I have a slightly more modern
All right. I finally got
monitor.
access to some schematics of this place. I can guide you to that overgrown testing track now to cover our tracks. Head through the corridor to the left. Should take you through the work in progress test chambers.
Work in progress. Corridor on the left, he said, so let's see if we can get into the area on the right. It looks like there's a paperclip holding our portal gun together, and I guess that probably is the truth. Here you have very modern fantasy Valve computer boxes, which I don't think ever actually got used. Sure, why not? So we're going back into the room, although this time the door won't open. But we'll take a cube with us in case we need it. The idea of taking a cube with you outside of the puzzles is an idea certainly that never got played with in Portal 2 and probably should have been played with some more in Portal 2. And we may run into a bunch of...
Always well prepared. I guess you already knew that somehow that cube would come in handy. Have you done this before?
I didn't know it was going to come in handy. Kind of looks like the Scream no entry. That's a very standard poster compared to all the other posters we've seen. So, let's see what else do we have here. A broken turret and turret boxes. Yeah, all the areas we go to now may be fairly broken, and we may need to figure out ways to steal cubes from other puzzles. And that's something certainly you could pull off on a few places in Portal 1 and Portal 2, but you don't get really rewarded for it. It's probably too complicated to expect an average player to figure all of those out, though, all those tricks out. Also, this really goes to show that there could be in a official Portal 3 a key system and more of an open world type gameplay where you might have to find multiple keys that open multiple paths and have more of a central hub. I don't know if that really improves what Portal is by any real amount, but it would be different. It would be more modern. And see, we need to probably call it a day, so I'm not sure if we're really going to manage to make it all the way to a new section. We have a door with a red hue behind it. That's the door we came through. And then over here we have just another door. Just another thing.
Great. Through there is a crappy backstock chamber Gladys was designing before her demise. Never finished, but it should at least be working.
And see, this says 4:14. I'd be really surprised if there actually are 10 more puzzles. Apparently I could have flung myself downward and flung myself up as a shortcut, but it does seem like that was a fairly unnecessary shortcut. I'm not sure if falling down here wouldn't actually end up in a place we've already seen. Probably not. You probably just die. 5, 6. I wouldn't be surprised if the numbering on the walls like this are the actual numbers and the 4 or 14 on the sign are like tricky numbers. Well, let's go ahead and save, since saving is essentially free if you've got enough hard drive space. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and get me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.